prepared yet.
You need to try and pick off the units as...
Look at the shields on the mark.
Oh my god, the drone's gonna take him.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for another matchup in the IPL Season 2. This time we're in the losers round 2. So everything is on the line. A do-or-die situation as one of these players will be going home tonight. We've got Fenix spawning in the southeast position as the Blue Terran. And tonight he is going up against 6Jack's CocoA, who is spawning as the Orange Terran in the northwest. Now, something very interesting about these two players that we should certainly address as the game gets started here. Both these players are former Brood War players. One of them having a little bit more success than the other, and that would be 6Jack's CocoA. He actually has a history, believe it or not, with Day 9. The same year that Day 9 qualified for the WCG Grand Finals, it was CocoA who was also representing alongside him. That was, I believe, for the United States, and then he also represented Panama in like 2008, 2009, and in 2010. So a lot of Brood War blood flowing through these two players. And I have actually seen CocoA play a few games, but there's no doubt that this man over here, Fenix, has certainly made a huge name for himself when it comes to StarCraft 2. And I'm going to tell you why I love Fenix so much. Is because the guy likes aggression. And we see this style of player come out every so often where they really sort of tailor their game around the aggression that you can apply to your opponent. Now, in TVT, which, of course, is this matchup we've got here, that can be a little bit difficult. It's just kind of the way that the matchup plays out. But that kind of never stopped Fenix, and that's really why I like to watch him as a player. So we've got our old school Brood War pro from the United States and Panama, CocoA from 6Jacks, going up against Fenix, where one of these players will go home. And even more kind of interesting to add to the story of how this is all unfolding, the first Marine out will get that SCV out of there from Fenix. So the SCV traveling back down the ramp, he is going to quickly get away. So we got Fenix now on the other side looking for CocoA's SCV, and he will find it. Will he be able to kill it? Doesn't look like he's going to kill that SCV. And I was going on about Brood War, about these two players and what we may see. CocoA is going to be throwing down his expansion at the low ground. So Command Center goes up. Maybe it's going to be CocoA with the aggression to start off here. He'll catch one Marine from Fenix over on the side. In comes another from the back. And these two will fire away as one Marine does go down. And the other two will run away to tell the tale back inside their base. I've got to ask myself, where are these two, though? Seeing that Command Center go down. We have the factory nearly completed here for Fenix with the reactor going up there. Possibly just a very quick Marine tank push. The Command Center is being built. While we have more Marines coming out of just the single racks up here, there are a few more, and double gas is up for CocoA right now. Just looking back as Fenix is going to have that reactor finish. And he's going to bring out a Hellion first, and maybe he will. He's only on one gas. We'll have to see what happens after this Hellion comes out. There, the second refinery does go down. And these players certainly taking a different tech path at the moment. Bunker is being placed for CocoA at his front. Just a little bit added defense. And just now the factory for CocoA is halfway done building. So the starport will finish even before then. We're going to have, is Hellion number 2 going to come out? No, it looks like a tech lab's going to go down there. And a second tech lab on the starport. So he could decide, we've seen this from Terrans before. I think we might see it here is some Marines. The Hellions can do some initial damage, as we kind of see here. Of course, the Marines in this bunker do ward that Hellion away. And then we have several Marines and possibly a Banshee. And there's the Banshee coming out. Now, you get 2 or 3 of those, and suddenly they become a really big threat. And the other Terran player has to decide, what are they focusing down? What are they building maybe to combat that? Taking a look on the other side, as we see a scan finishing up there for Fenix. We see his starport going up and a second Rax as well. So while he doesn't go for the reactor on the Rax, he just decides to build a second one. First tank coming out. No siege mode as of yet. But additionally, we're seeing Blue Flame come out. Now, only the one tank. No, he didn't. Did he? He must have canceled the tank. No, he didn't. It was just the tech lab. I'm just being an idiot. So, just going to be the Hellion with the Blue Flame. No tank at all. And it is a smarter move in terms of gas because the Hellions are mineral only. So, we're going to have this medevac coming out. Hellions making their way back over to CocoA's base. He's got his first tank out. A few more Marines out. He's getting a Viking, which is a great decision here in this particular situation, considering that Fenix does not have Cloak at the moment. I doubt that he's going to get it, but Fenix is kind of crazy like that. I really like the way that he plays, his style. Again, just something to keep in mind. We have the first Viking spotting several Hellions there as they continue to scout around the map. We've got this Banshee now actually switching positions, going to the southwest and then making its way over to the natural. And all the Marines have pretty much gone. They're expecting something to happen over here with the missile turret. And there it is. We will see the Banshee start to do some damage. 4 Marines are going to come over. Again, there is no Cloak right now, but he will pick off a couple of Marines right here. He cannot fight all of them. He might even be able to get this SCV on the missile turret, but he will just back off. And so Fenix will cower away, and I actually think that was a smart move to go ahead and cower away. Another Viking, same Viking actually, from CocoA. Going to get spotted by some Marines. Thought he might land and do some damage. Not being controlled at all by CocoA. In fact, he is just letting this happen. And that would be because these Hellions have made their way into the main base. I was trying to figure out. Obviously, he wasn't controlling it for a reason. And I have horrible mouse issues. And what do we see? We see all the SCVs run away. But that's pretty much going to be it. So not a whole lot of damage being done. Do we have more harassment happening, though? As the Banshee comes back in, it does get the SCVs off of the gas. Banshee will try to micro its way to a Marine victory. 1 hurt there a little bit. Several hurt. It's the medevac on its way back home. And that Banshee, the Viking is on the prowl. Predator prey right here, as you think you know which one's the Predator. And the Banshee just sits idle. Will the Viking go back over? Maybe he'll take a more sharp path. I think he's going to see it. There it is. Boom, and that Banshee will go down. Meanwhile, just the missile turret here, because taking a look at CocoA's base and considering what sort of defense he has right now. 2 Vikings now out for Fenix. And CocoA going to mobilize several Marines, 4 tanks, has the Viking out, and the single medevac will be spotted by these Marines at the tower. However, we see the Vikings of Fenix killing the Viking of his opponent. That means he'll lose some spotting on that one. Stim is halfway done for both players. Marines and Hellions kind of spread around the map. This Marine, it will be taken out. He might be trapped, however. I really like getting the 2 Marines there just to make sure if he throws the 1 there at the Xel'Naga Tower that he'll be able to defeat it and keep vision. Important to keep vision. Okay, Hellions moving out. Will they try to bypass this army? He'll actually see them. He chases away 1 Marine with the Blue Flame. He'll go ahead and roast him. No problem. Now, what kind of a force does Fenix have back at his base? 4 tanks, a half-loaded bunker, and a few Marines coming out, just showing a little bit that he has this. Oh, Hellions! Hellions! Getting hit by the tanks. Unfortunately, they have trapped themselves inside. There's not a medevac in sight. Oh, and that 1 tank could just actually clean all these back up. He scans to determine if there is a 3rd base down. The answer is no. The Hellions do manage to slip through. And what will he have to defend this back home? There's only 3 Marines. The bunker is there. He'll check for CocoA's 3rd. Will CocoA load up and possibly try some sort of a cliff assault? There are some siege tanks. Let's just take a look at the vision here. They'll just supply some vision as the siege tanks stay on the bottom, but those Marines are getting tore apart. And with the Vikings out, we'll see limited vision come out for these siege tanks, and then we could see Fenix just move out with his tanks and these Marines and take care of business here. There's only a few Marines left. They are still shelling the top with the assistance of these scans. And there's another scan going down. Fenix thinking it's going to be okay to go ahead and react and move in, unsieges, and heads over towards the cliff. However, the second scan does go down. And will a third scan? Yes, the third scan goes down. One tank, two tanks fall. And a perfect position here for CocoA, especially considering that he does not have a whole lot of reinforcements here, so small engagements happening as now we'll see the reinforcements from CocoA get hit head on by Fenix. The tanks do siege up, and he does have the advantage of having the medevacs there, but will it be enough? Taking some huge siege fire. All the Marines will go down, but there's only a few Marines left. In fact, one Marine left while these tanks are cleaned up. What was left from that battle was obviously many more units here for Fenix. We have another move for CocoA. He's getting his third established right now with another missile turret going up. This third has been going for a little bit while these small skirmishes have taken place. The Hellions are still here as well. And don't forget that this might be a really sweet counterattack here on the third. So taking a look at the army supply right here, we do see Fenix ahead just a little bit. But he does have air control. He's got more medevacs, something that he's done a good job eliminating here from CocoA. And in come the Hellions once again. Marines will be the only thing there to deal with it. And no, we will have a tank in the siege line. Never mind. I wouldn't even say that was a blunder. He went in, thought it might be a great opportunity. Here we have a loaded up medevac, though. Oh, and he is spotted by the one missile turret. Unfortunately, the tanks will not be able to hit anything in the main base, but they are within reach of this third expansion. So he couldn't do the damage with the Hellion. Instead, he'll go ahead and decide to do it with the siege tanks. He's essentially going to lose this army here. The Marines now making their way over. But he has made this an unmining base. Meanwhile, we do have a drop at the third of Fenix. All over the place right now, and it does look like this is going to go down. And quite a few SCVs were lost in the exchange. Not all of them, but he did get the best of that. Still have the medevac over here spotting, but that has also been cleaned up as well. The command center does go down. And Fenix will have to rebuild his third. So where it did look like Fenix was going to be at a great advantage, CocoA already having his third. This one is done, but we see no SCVs there quite yet. It's not an orbital either. Keep in mind, this is an orbital. We've got another command center building. This is an orbital here. And will we have a skirmish in the middle? Another command center going down for Fenix, really trying to catch up here. And he's going to come in from the backside. The scan does go down to take out the front two tanks, but Fenix does lose some pretty critical tanks. However, he's got two over here, and that is the big distraction. He's going to try to go ahead, take out the rocks, and counter into the third, and he catches the tanks on the backside coming back from CocoA, and he makes that tank count completely even now, as just a few defensive tanks are left for CocoA. And now that Fenix has vision here, he'll be able to just shell this third base once again just out of range as CocoA to these siege tanks. The lift and the move from CocoA over to the more protected third. A single Hellion over here. Blue flame. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. They're going to try to attack the Hellion. They do get a surround. They take it out. But again, more SCVs lost. These small moves from Fenix seem to be giving him more and more of an advantage here. However, the supply count right now still in favor of Fenix. His upgrades are at 1. Just +1 weapons on both mech and his bio. No upgrades right now for CocoA. And we all know that that can make a huge difference as the game goes on longer and longer. Oh my gosh, ton of Marines are shelled on their way over to defend this base. It will fall. Mules will die. and all at the cost of a stim, so the medevacs get to work. There are a lot of tanks out right now for CocoA. He is supply blocked, and he is going to scan, sees exactly what Fenix has in store for him. There are a lot more units here for Fenix, and he's going to go ahead and move into this. Not a wise decision, or will it be? These tanks have no ground support at all, and the Marines easily take them out. He does lose some Marines, so Fenix banking on his reinforcements here to be able to assist in this battle. He takes the 2 tanks that were stationed at the 3rd here. There's another one up here as well. And he's going to go ahead and stim in. Oh, no! There's no siege for CocoA, and he'll lose all of his tanks. And there it is, the GG, as a simple mistake will cost CocoA the game. Fenix saw it, and just like, Wild Animal, he smelled blood. It was the shark in the water. He saw the moment of weakness, and he attacked, and Fenix won the game because the tanks were not sieged. Some great positioning, some good drops, but a lot of action coming out from both of these players. Ultimately, Fenix taking the lead here in this best-of-3 series for the IPL Season 2 Losers Round 2. I'm DJ Week for OneMoreGame.tv, and we'll be back for game number 2.